Hello everybody, my name's Jonathan. I'm here in Bangkok. I work with Six Senses Hotels and this is At Home with Six Senses. We know you've been quarantined, we know you've been hanging out at home and we're here to help and see what we can do. So the question is, we've been here with your chakras, we're helping you with your Om Shanti Shantis. We've been helping you with feeling good on your inside. You must be getting ready for a little caffeine. You must be getting ready for a little pick-me-up. So today I'm going to take you through cold brew. I think it's pretty exciting stuff and it's so easy to do at home. You must be going bananas by now and you're a little bit, what do I do next? If you're working at home, I think you and myself, we're going to find that it's actually more busy than at work. And all of a sudden you're up at 6, you're doing some exercise, you're then walking the dogs, you're then feeding the family, you're then doing the ironing, you're then doing the cleaning. No, I'm joking. But let's walk you through some of this to see where at, and I'm going to take you through some cold brews, what it means, how to make it. I'm going to take you through a little bit of sugar syrups in there, try to remove some packet sugars from you. I'm going to take you through a little bit of a fun one. We're going to slip some carnation milk in there, some condensed milk to make a little fun. And we're going to bring some flavor into it. We're not sure if you grind coffee at home, if you use filter coffee, if you use pod coffee, but I would we'll see how we go. So let's walk through this. Background quickly is the fun part of I get to visit around the world. I get to go see all these different markets. I get into weird and wonderful locations looking for authentic recipes to try out in our hotels around the world. Now we've got chefs from all over the world. We open up in different places in Singapore, in Shaharoots, in Thailand, in Vietnam, we're in Turkey, we're in so many beautiful locations. We've got all these different chefs doing all this different type of food. So, at some stage, if you ever need help, or ever need any or if I need to do a little lifeline, I've got a phone here, I've got a number to call. If we ever need to lifeline, I can just give this a call and we'll be able to call in one of those chefs from around the world. The same as when it comes for drinks as well. The whole thing that's exciting about the drink side of things is that every now and then you have to put a little bit of booze in there just to pick it up, and at other times you need to just do a little mocktail. So what are we going to do? So now in the morning, some people say I'm a bit of a coffee drinker, and this is how I normally start up my day. I wake up in the morning, I slip ever so gently into 3 cups of coffee, cold brew coffee, I do a little bit of exercise, I'll go to work, I may knock up 3 or 4 espressos, and then I'm ready to calmly go into my day. Some people are advocating the meditation side of life. Some people are touching their chakras. I'm touching my caffeine, and it feels okay. So let me show you what we're going to do. I'm not sure how many of you have a French press at home, but this is what it looks like. And what I wanted to do is, this guy already has cold brew in here, but I just wanted to kind of show you when people say make a French press and what does it mean and how does it work and how does it plunge. But the whole deal with the French press is, the beauty of it is time. Sit back, chill out, enjoy yourself, because trust me, you've got nothing but time. And let's enjoy a coffee. So, look, this one has already been made, but I'm just going to show what we do. When it comes to pressing down the French press, I'm kind of reverse engineering this. You just need to push it a little bit like this, slowly, because you don't want to let all the coffee to come to the top. But once you press it down, and don't jam it down, take your time, give it a press, and you don't need to do this, oh my gosh, you don't need to do that. It'll be okay. We'll get through this together. And then take one of your trusty bell jars. Look at that. Look at the colour of that. I don't know if you can see the colour, but the smell smells pretty good as well. But you can't smell either, can you? So we do this. Now this one, as I said, I've cheated because I made this one earlier, but I just wanted to show you because we're going to make some. And then I put it in here, and then I throw that guy in the fridge and have a cold brew in the morning. So that is a pretty cool thing. But this is going to be our container in which we make our cold brew. A lot of you who do like a French press, or if you do like strong coffee, if you can, move away from the pods. Obviously, we want to know if they're if you can recycle them and they're not plastic. But if you want a good strong coffee, which I do, a cold brew is a good thing. Cold brew, if it's hot coffee, it's got more bitter and more acids coming out there. The cold brew is a bit more mellow. And for me, because I live in Bangkok and it is hot outside, instead of having a hot coffee, I have a cold coffee instead. Now, if I was to do French press and just kind of push it in and then make it cold, so just cold coffee, it's much, much darker. You can't see too well, but if this guy was held up to the light, you'd be able to see that it's actually lighter. When the cold brew is light, it's not as intense, but the flavor is fantastic. So these are some of the good things about it. Now we can't get away from looking at what type of beans. And here's the thing. Can you guys see that guy there? Can you guys see that guy there? What we tend to do with the beans is, if you're going to grab some beans, this guy here is a little bit darker roast, right? This guy here is a little bit lighter roast. And what's interesting about this whole kind of roasting is the ones that look all oily, and now you may have, let's say, Lavazza or Illy or things like that, Arabica and Robusta. And this guy back here has been lightly roasted. I go for a more lighter roast. You're going to get the berries out of there. It just could be Indonesian, it could be Java, it could be Thai coffee, it could be Puerto Rican, Costa Rican, it could be from all over the world. But anyway, I tend to like to buy the bean and grind. That's a nod to my palm rings, friends. And this is what we're going to get. This is what we're going to get to. I'm going to show you how quickly to get to that. So let me show you that. And to get yourself set to make a little bit of a home brew, what you can do is, let me just get the ice on the side. What you can do is, we've got a little blender here. I'm just going to show you how long it takes to make the noise. Give me a second. This is how long. It's one of these little blenders, little electric. It's this. Wait 1 second. Here we go. Here we go. Give it a second or 2 seconds. See, it's more than just a yoga mat, right? Hang on a second. Here we go. That, to me, sounds like really nicely ground coffee. And we're going to do this. Look, here we go. Let's have a look at that bad boy. Can you see that? The smell is amazing. I love it. How do I make my cold brew? Get this guy. That's the same amount of coffee, just 1 cup in. This is one of those 8 cups. It's about that much. I've had about 9 coffees, so I'm feeling good. Cold water. Now, when you're making a cold brew, people think, oh yeah, I'm making coffee, so therefore it needs to be hot. So we're just going to put in cold water, nice filtered water. I'm going to stop halfway. Give it my stir of life. Some people do this, but it's the cold brew aficionados. I'm not sure. I feel okay about it. And is there a wrong? Is there a right? While we're all under quarantine, not sure. Not sure. Have we changed that out of pajamas? I'm still not sure. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a little stir, right? It actually smells pretty good. Now, so what's going to happen with this guy is that what's going to happen with this guy is we're going to let him sit for 12 hours. And I'm just going to let it sit outside of the refrigerator. Before I go to bed tonight, I'll probably put it in. I'm not going to press it until tomorrow. So I'm going to put this guy behind me, over here, near all our equipment, just in case we have to make a cocktail later on. And later we're going to give that a press. So we now have cold brew. How do we drink it in the morning? We need a whole bunch of ice. There's a couple of different ways to do your cold brew in the morning on how to make it delicious. But let's just get it started with a little bit of ice. And I tell you what, if you need a little bit of sugar, I've made liquid sugar to go into there, and it makes it a bit more delicious. So I'm not into the sugar too much, but if you did, I've got some liquid sugar here. We've got our cold brew here. I'm going to do this guy here. I'm just going to do this in like that. Look at the color of that bad boy. Ooh. Right? And you're off to the races. If you need a little bit of sweetness, this guy. Let's have a go. If you want a little bit of citrus, oh gosh, see that knife there? The weapon of all knives. This is so good. It's a little Vietnamese knife. I love it. It's a veggie knife for at home. It'll keep everybody happy. You don't have to be this kind of crazy chef to think that you need big knives. This guy is beautiful. Anyway, I use that. That, my friends, is a good cold brew. So let's put that aside and let's have some fun drinks. Now, so if we wanted to move over and make it a bit more fun, like Vietnamese, or if you're like bored with your coffee at home, I did this on the side, which is kind of fun. Look at this. See that bad boy? That, my friend, is frozen iced coffee cubes. So you've got iced coffee left over. Let's put that there. And I want to do this because I don't want my drink to get watery. And then I'm going to grab a little mint. And you see all those wonderful bartenders do all this and they're like bruising. Yeah, let's just do this. Chuck him in there. That bruised it. And let's do this. This is condensed milk. And it's a whole bunch of naughty goodness in there. I'm not too sure how good it is, but it tastes great. And then we're going to give it a stir, and that is going to be a fun little morning. I need some energy. I'm a little low. I need a little hit. Like a Vietnamese coffee. You could also make cold brew out of the Vietnamese coffee base, which is kind of awesome. Let's give this a go. I mean, if you're going to go sweet, you might as well. You might as well. And since we're in quarantine, it's okay to lick your own fingers. You'll be fine with this. It's a drink for fun. Here we go. Here we go. And that, my friends, is going to be really good. Hang on a second. Yeah, okay. So the sweetness level's up to you. You can add that. It makes it more fun. Let's move over a coffee cocktail. A coffee mocktail before we make it a cocktail, okay? So, ice cubes, let's do the fun ice cubes, some of these guys, and this is what I love. If you're suffering in the afternoon, you need a little pick-me-up, you're a little tired, and you don't want to hit all the sugars, but you want to get a little bit lighter and fun and fluffy, let's do this. Let's do a cold brew mocktail. This much cold brew. What is this much? 90 mils. Let's crack open a little bit of frothy one, doesn't it? But it's actually tonic. Let's get some tonic water. Let's get some soda water, and we're going to put in some passion fruit into it. So I think will be spectacular. Let's do a little bit of this guy. A little bit of this guy. Looking good. Get a little bit of passion fruit syrup. Oof. And this guy was just out of here for the passion fruit. Look at that bad boy. Isn't that just awesome? Love it. Could garnish if you want to. Throw that on top. Let's get a little bit more ice this way. Just to punch it up. Get me some of this, little chewy dry mango. Awesome. Put that in there, a little garnish. Let's get a little mint. Always have this prepared at home, just sitting on the table, kitchen at home, don't you? What about a little bit of lemongrass? If I was doing the lemongrass, I'm just going to hit it a little bit. Oh. That would be a fun little drink to have. No straws, no plastic straws needed, just use your good lips. And let's see how this goes. Ah, that's good. Oh wow, yeah, that's good. So now it's getting to afternoon time. You've had your coffee, you've had your cold brew, over here, you're starting to feel good about it. Waste not, want not. I think we may need to get a little naughty, get a little flavor into there and see what it's all about. So you've got your cold brew, it's left for 12 hours. The next day you're going to use it however you like. Make it strong, that means you don't have to go down to the shop. You're totally quarantined. It's bottled water. We've done some condensed milk in there, condensed syrup in there. We've also got honey that we like to use. Let's make a cocktail. Gin or vodka? Any takers for gin or vodka? Let's see. Let's do a gin. Let's do a gin cocktail. We're going to just do just a little bit of fun here. Just a little bit, because you know how you've seen always those espresso teenies and all of that kind of lava going on? Let's make ourselves a little bit of a fun cocktail that's not quite an espresso teeny, but it's got a little fun, it's got a little flavor. Grab pink, your pink peeler, because everybody has a pink peeler. Let's do this. If at any time, over the next few weeks while we're doing these, and you need any cooking, any drink, any cocktail, any vegetarian, any nutritional, any vegan, any meat, any recipes, or any knowledge, please let us know. Jonathan will be happy to help you out, and our team at Six Senses, whilst we're Six Senses. But let's make a cocktail. I think we're going to get a little French on this one. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show brands, but let's just put that much in. Let's put this much coffee in. 2 ounces. Let's put some real passion fruit in. Some of this bad boy in. Some of that guy. And I think all of a sudden we're starting to mint, because I've got a bit of a mint thing going on at the moment, which I'm loving. Let's see what's going to happen here. Let's see. See what we got, right? Here we go. Oh, I've got a few people that would be that would be happy to know. That's a perfect pour, everyone. It hasn't happened for a long time. I'll be happy to give you quantities on that. see how we go. We've got the orange in there. Let's have a look at this. Mint in there. My friends, is a cold brew gin teeny. Oh, with a little bit of passion fruit. It tastes like it's peppery. Did I put a chili in it? No, it's a mint. Oh, that's good. Now, I don't love sweet cocktails, so I keep mine more on a Campari, more on a bitter side of things. So, just to finish up for the day, we've made ourselves a little afternoon cocktail. Cheers. We've made ourselves the Vietnamese version of cold brew by using our condensed milk. We've lagged ourselves in between the day when we're dropping. We've put in tonic water, soda water. We're feeling knackered. You can't get out of there. You're over the flavors. Little tonic, a little soda, cold brew. I put in some passion fruit pulp, which I love. And the good old cold brew that I have 3 cups of every morning before I have my 3 espresso shots. I think that's a lot of fun. As I said, thanks so much for joining us. You're all quarantined anyway, and you're at home with us. I'm Jonathan. I'm hanging out in my Bangkok kitchen, and I would love to help you more on more food, on more nutrition, and more knowledge. So thanks for joining us, and we see you next time. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to get up and turn off my screen. We'll see you then.